It is the year 100 AD. The Roman Empire stretches across 3 continents, from the misty hills of Britain to the deserts of North Africa. And at the center of it all stands the greatest city the world has ever known, ancient Rome. Nearly 1 million people live here, senators and slaves, merchants and soldiers, gladiators and emperors. Marble temples tower over crowded streets. Aqueducts carry fresh water from distant hills. The air smells of smoke, bread, sweat, and stone. This is not the quiet ruin we see today. This is Rome, alive. As the first light of dawn touches terracotta rooftops, the city begins to stir. Bakers are already awake, feeding wood into massive ovens. The scent of fresh bread drifts through narrow alleyways. Roosters crow from courtyards hidden between tightly packed buildings. In the crowded apartment blocks known as insulae, families rise with the sun. These buildings can stand 5 or 6 stories high. The higher you live, the cheaper the rent, and the greater the danger. Fires are common. Clean water must be carried upstairs by hand. Yet, for most Romans, this is home. A grain merchant named Marcus wakes on the 3rd floor of one such building. His room is small. The walls are plain. Furniture is simple. A wooden chest, a table, a bed stuffed with straw. He dresses in a wool tunic, practical and worn. Unlike senators, who display their status in flowing white togas, Marcus dresses for work. Breakfast is modest, bread dipped in watered wine, perhaps a few olives or leftover cheese. It is enough to begin the day. Outside, the streets grow louder by the minute. Vendors shout their goods: figs, fish, oil, wine. Donkeys pull carts loaded with amphorae. Children weave through the crowds. There are no traffic signs, no organized lanes, only movement and noise. Rome is chaotic, energetic, unstoppable. Marcus makes his way toward the beating heart of the city, the Roman Forum. Here, in the great public square of Roman Forum, Rome's power is on full display. Massive basilicas line the edges. Statues of generals and gods stand in silent authority. Temples rise toward the sky, including the sacred temple of Saturn, where the state treasury is guarded. This is where laws are debated, where politicians argue policy, where announcements from distant provinces are read aloud to the public. News travels fast in Rome, carried by merchants, soldiers, and official messengers arriving daily from across the empire. Marcus checks grain prices with fellow traders. A delayed shipment from Egypt can mean rising costs. A successful harvest can mean profit. In Rome, business and politics are deeply intertwined. Nearby, lawyers argue cases before crowds. Justice here is not hidden behind closed doors. It is performed in public view. Reputation matters. Influence matters more. By midday, the Mediterranean sun beats down hard against stone streets. Dust rises with every passing cart. The energy of the morning shifts toward spectacle. Crowds begin moving toward a massive structure of stone and arches, the Colosseum. Inside the mighty Colosseum, more than 50,000 spectators gather. Senators sit in shaded marble seats close to the action. Ordinary citizens crowd the upper levels. A vast awning stretches overhead to shield them from the sun. Below the arena floor, gladiators prepare. Some are prisoners of war. Some are slaves. A few are volunteers seeking fame and fortune. They check their armor. They whisper final prayers. When the games begin, the roar of the crowd is thunderous. Wild animals from Africa are displayed: lions, leopards, elephants. Criminals face execution. Gladiators fight with sword and shield, trident and net. The spectacle is brutal. It is thrilling. It is political. For Rome's leaders,
These games are more than entertainment. They are a reminder of power over nature, over enemies, over life itself. Elsewhere in the city, chariots race at the Circus Maximus. 4 horses thunder around the track, wheels inches from disaster. Fans shout the colors of their favorite teams: red, blue, green, white. Victories here bring fame that rivals even political office. By late afternoon, business slows. The intense heat fades. Marcus heads toward one of Rome's greatest social institutions, the public baths. Bathing is not a luxury, it is a daily ritual. Inside the bath complex, Romans move through a sequence of rooms: the frigidarium with its cold plunge pool, the tepidarium warm and relaxing, and the caldarium thick with steam and heated by an advanced system beneath the floors. Here, social classes mix more freely, conversations flow easily, business deals are made, political alliances are strengthened, gossip spreads quickly. Rome runs not only on legions and laws, but on conversation. As the sky begins to glow orange, Marcus returns home. Evening is the most important meal of the day. In wealthy households, elaborate feasts stretch for hours. Guests recline on cushioned couches. Servants bring multiple courses: seafood, roasted meats, fruits drizzled with honey, spices imported from the far edges of the empire. But in Marcus's home, dinner is simple and filling: lentils, vegetables, bread, perhaps salted fish. Wine is always mixed with water. Drinking it pure is considered uncivilized. Oil lamps flicker against plaster walls. Children practice reading and writing Latin. Stories are shared about the day's events. Outside, the constant hum of Rome softens, but never fully disappears. Night in Rome is darker than modern cities. There are no streetlights, only moonlight and small lamps guide the way. Watchmen patrol the streets, listening for trouble, especially fire, the city's greatest threat. Taverns remain lively. Travelers pass through towering gates. In the distance, temples dedicated to Jupiter, Mars, and Venus stand illuminated by torchlight, symbols of divine protection over the empire. As Marcus lies down to sleep, the city continues breathing around him. This is Rome at its height: powerful, crowded, unequal, magnificent. A place of extraordinary wealth and crushing poverty, of engineering brilliance and brutal spectacle, of ambition, faith, politics, and survival. For us, it is history. For Marcus, it is simply another day. And as the first hint of dawn prepares to rise once more over the rooftops of ancient Rome, the cycle begins again.